Hi, my name is Asia Parker. I am a student at Chattahoochee Technical College, and I am taking the Early Childhood Education class, Classroom Guidance Management. And today I'm here to talk about the article from the National Association of Education of Young Children titled, "How Can I Help You?" And this article kind of informs us about the difference between internal motivation and external. So, a lot of us growing up, even in classrooms as students ourselves, were given rewards such as stickers or treasure box to kind of keep us in line. That was the classroom behavioral tool to kind of give us rewards so that we act right, right? But studies have shown that that doesn't help later on. We shouldn't want to behave in a way that, that we're supposed to just because we are getting a reward for it. That's not what we want in our children later, right? We don't want that. What we want is them to want to do that, to have that internal motivation to behave in a way that will help them grow as a students and also helps the students along in their classroom to improve as well, right? So the way that we do that is a couple of different things. For one thing, we have to make sure that our children feel like they have a sense of autonomy. We do that by giving them choices instead of telling them that they have to do this. Give them choices, and that way they feel like they have some kind of say in what they're doing and the choices that, they are able to make throughout the day. The second thing to help keep that internal motivation is to create a sense of relatedness. And that means having connection with our students to really build those relationships in that way that they feel like they belong in the classroom. And the last thing is making sure that they feel capable. So that means that they are able to do hard things, that we are challenging them so that they feel like they are accomplishing things. And when you think about it, these are the same needs that adults need. Like, we all need to feel like our voices matter, that we have a sense of control in our own life. Because when we don't, we're not happy about that, right? We have to process big emotions. And when we don't feel like we belong, that we don't have that connection with people around us, it doesn't make us feel good. It makes us, stay isolated and kind of just back down and just not feel like we belong. And the last thing is, when we don't feel like we're accomplishing things, we don't feel good about our lives. We don't feel like we're moving forward. And the same thing applies to children. But the difference is that we have the tools to communicate our needs. We have the tools to be able to process big emotions in a way that is healthy. While children may not have the vocabulary to even express, and they may not even know what they're feeling or what they need. So when we are seeing these behavioral issues that we don't want to see in the classroom, instead of saying, "How can I stop this?" it's better to question, "How can I help you?" Because all behaviors rather, is communication. At the end of the day, they're trying to communicate a need, and we need to be detectives and try to figure out what those needs are. And it really helps to kind of have those guidelines as to what creates that external or internal motivation, right? We know what needs to be done so that we're not giving them complete external motivation. Sometimes that's helpful, but not always. But intrinsic, that internal motivation will help all students, not only now in their current lives, but later on as adults. And that's what we are wanting to do. We are wanting to create adults that are able to communicate, that are able to self-regulate. And it really starts with us in that classroom. So what I got from that article was that, again, we need to figure out how we can help them. And we need to give them those 3 things that they need to thrive in order to create that sense of just, what is the word that I'm trying to use? Just that motivation. We'll just use that motivation to keep getting better, to kind of live up to the expectations of their teachers and their families in a way that makes them feel good, not in a way that is compliance based or we're making them do this and they're just, kicking and screaming and not wanting to do that. And we do that by, again, letting them feel like, and they are, right? They are independent, giving them that autonomy that they thrive. And that's really how they learn. They want to be able to choose things for themselves, and they're growing. And that's what they should do. We should be able to guide them in that. The second thing is, are they feeling connected? Have I taken the time to develop a relationship with each student? And the last thing is just making sure that we are challenging them in a way that's developmentally appropriate, of course, but challenging them so that they feel like they are accomplishing something, so that they are proud of themselves and they want to create that feeling again. So they continue to show up in a way that they get that internal motivation. And that is what it is all about. And that is our responsibility, to make sure that these children go into adulthood having the skills that they need to behave in an adult world, right? Because they're not children forever, and they have to be taught these things, and that is what we are here for. So I hope that this is helpful for you. Again, when you get that really challenging moment and you're struggling, instead of asking yourself, how can I stop this? Ask yourself, how can I help you? What are you trying to communicate with me, and how can I meet those needs? So thank you so much for joining today. I hope you have learned as much as I have, and I look forward to learning more with you. Have a great day. Bye.